You know what's really weird?
Segways.
Besides segways,
What?
Those neti pop things.
Dude, those are so disgusting. Megan has one. They're so fucking gross, dude.
You're pouring and then it comes out and then.
You ever seen the ones that have like, it's like, it kind of looks like it goes in both nostrils at the same time, and it's like automatic, and you push the button and it pumps the water in and vacuums the water out through the other hole. So it like literally makes your face like a whole. Megan has a regular neti pot. We don't have one of the
Turned you into
the fancy
bendy straw.
the fancy turbo ones that it's like my ear popped.
Yeah, welcome to the podcast, episode 21.
We're old enough to drink now.
We're pretty much 4 away from renting a car, but outside of that, our podcast.
23 to rent a car.
Maybe it depends on the state.
Yeah, true.
Either way, we are almost old enough.
Now.
Our podcast is officially old enough to drink. So if you see us out tonight, buy us one.
Let's raise one up for the podcast, everybody.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, I just punched the cord. Raise one up for the podcast.
Oh.
You got to pour one out for the homies.
Strawberry lemonade.
Strawberry lemonade. I just have regular water. Anyhow, so the other day when I supposedly spoiled the books for Megan and Taylor, and they got extraordinarily mad at me.
Quick context. He grabbed a book and read
random
sentence, read like 4 words, and they were like, no, don't read it.
Apparently I said some phrase that's in the book, and it just so happens to be very specific to the book, and it's a spoiler. I mean, but I read literally 4 words, y'all.
One line.
I read 4 words. Random page, random sentence, 4 words, and I got the 3rd degree from both Taylor and Maggie.
A solid 4 minutes of it.
Dude, it was wild. Anyhow, wouldn't want to spoil anything with 4 words. So, you know. Speaking of the books, I hear that you're listening to them or you're reading them.
I am listening.
What do you think of them so far?
So, honest review.
Pause. It's the ACOTAR is whatever.
A Court of Thorns and Roses.
Yes, that book series. So if you read this, I'm going to do my best to not spoil it for you, apparently, like I spoiled for Taylor and Megan.
I will try not to spoil it either. So I am on the 3rd book, I think.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Out of how many? Do we know how many there are?
I think there's like 6 or 7. Wait, what was it? It's over there somewhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there's 6 or 7 that are out.
And there's a couple coming.
There's one more coming, I think. Either way, I'm in the 3rd book. The 1st book, just like any show or movie,
takes time.
They're building up the characters, the backstory, and looking back now, 3 books in, they do a good job of it. Like, because it's like, okay, I know because they set all this up, and the author does a really good job. I will admit that. It felt very slow. And even Taylor was like, hey, 2nd book, it's so much, or end of the 1st book, it gets better. 2nd book, way better. And she's right. 2nd book, infinitely better. The 3rd book, even better.
Interesting.
So they are good.
Have you kept tally of how many different names for penises the author has?
Oh, God. That woman has a creative imagination.
So describe to me one of the sex scenes.
So I really can't.
What do you mean you can't? You're reading the books and the people bang in the books.
Skip 30 seconds. Skip
what
30 seconds.
What do you mean you skip? That's the whole. That's like. What percentage did you say the other day? That's like 78% of the reason you read these books is because of the sex scenes.
So here's the thing. The author is also really good at writing like the action suspense parts that happen in the story, and they're really good. Mm-hmm. So she's good at writing the smutty stuff as well as the action.
Okay.
I just don't care to be driving 70 on a highway listening to smut.
he unsheathed his meat sword and placed it betwixt thine thighs, or whatever they say. So you're literally listening to an adult book, and you're skipping the adult parts.
I was there for the story.
This man watches porn and fast forwards through the actual porn.
No, so
he wants to know why the pizza guy is there and what happened to the pizza, and did the pizza man get paid?
Was there
a
monetary tip at the end?
Yeah. She got the tip all right.
No,
the
but
whole tip.
The author is very good at both sides.
How do you know if you're not listening to him?
So in the first book, there wasn't a ton of action, so you had to listen to. I mean, But in the second book, there was more. In the third, there's the third book. There's a very large sequence that happens.
Very large gathering. Do they have an orgy in the third book? Oh, okay, just checking.
The second half of the book is all like a big part of a story, and there's a lot more action in that. I don't want to give anything away. I'm there for that because think of it. So if you were reading Game of Thrones. Those scenes wouldn't be the same as if you were watching it.
Correct. So visual is always better than audio. I support you on that. I will say though that Megan made me listen to one of the scenes, and I was driving to the beach, and she's like, "You got to listen to this," and I was like, "All right, go ahead and turn it on." So I'm driving, and yeah, the author was like, he took his diamond thing and just. I'm trying to think of what word she used, but you're right. She has a very imaginative mind. He took all of him and stuffed it between me, and you're like, okay. So it is a little strange. It doesn't really. I'm sure maybe it's different for the other parties that we know that are listening to the book, but I don't know. I listened to it and I was like, this ain't for me. Not the sex stuff, just the book in general, because I'm not into fairies and wood creatures.
So think of it this way. If you ignore all of that, the whole fairy thing, if you just think of it as characters, story, and the action scenes, in the book, they're really good.
Okay.
The author is really good at building up a character's backstory, tying into it 1-2 books later, and you're like, oh, there's I just had one part
a
today.
Good callback.
Yeah, one part today I was listening to. It was a really big holy shit moment. And it's okay, I'm getting excited over what she's saying in a book. I'm listening to a book and I'm excited about it. That's got to do a lot, 'cause I'm not a person who reads books graphic novels, one thing, but there's still an imagery there. So she's good enough at writing the story, creating the universe of characters and backstory for the characters to where you can get invested just reading it or just listening to it. So they are good. I just don't care about the smut stuff. I'll try. I will not name names, but there was one scene where one person was captured and the other character went to get them and was relentless on finding them. Imagine Nightcrawler from the X-Men, the disappearing, teleporting.
Yeah.
So in this book, they call it winnowing.
Winnowing?
Winnowing, yes.
Winnowing, okay.
So
they can teleport.
Right. Gotcha. So this character winnows between each bad guy that's in this area where the other person is being held captive, winnows to one, kills him, winnows to the other one, stab, broken,
that's kind of sick.
It's really cool, and it's because of the character who it is, it's that's pretty sick.
All right.
And then this person gets all these cool powers, and it's without giving anything away, and then it's really cool.
Then this person rolls up and is like, here's my dick. Woo! And then just
right. At one point you hear one character say to the other one, oh yeah, and they say something sensual. And it's there's going to be a sex scene. And then 30 seconds later, so I'm okay, skip. I'm trying to be in a mindset of going to work. I'm driving 70 miles an hour down the highway. I'm thinking about going to making sales, going into strangers' houses. I'm not trying to listen to some smutty stuff before I do that.
Better way than just to be half chubbed up and just I'm ready to sell the shit out of this phone. and get back to the book where they talk about banging.
It's not for me, man. But it is really good. I feel like it's very much like a Game of Thrones type thing. And I guess at one point there were rumors that they were supposed to be making a show, but the author has since removed those posts. So I don't know if they're not making it, but it would make a really good Game of, like if HBO got rights to that.
Yeah.
Or Max or whatever it is.
Yeah.
If they got rights to that, they would crush it and it would be great.
So you should get a line from the book, and the next time, like, I don't know, like Taylor's like in the shower or something, and you should just like walk into the bathroom and be like, I'm gonna put my meat sword betwixt thine thighs.
Like there was one where the main character girl, she was saying something and she was talking about it's like in his considerable size. I'm like, what
does that mean? Like, what does that mean? What is for a fairy forest?
Yeah,
thing?
for a fairy high lord, what's considerable size?
Yeah, like are we talking like 2, 3, 4, 5? Stop me, 6.
I mean, this is magic, so can you just like make it as big as you want it? I don't know. I don't know how.
It's like a balloon. It just like inflates.
It's just like turning up the magic, so it just. This just derailed so fast. Sorry, Mom. But yeah.
Listen to what your son is listening to. Smut books.
Like what your daughter-in-law is making me listen to. Smut books.
Making you? I think you could have stopped after the first one, but you're choosing because you like them.
So I'm being a supportive husband.
It's fine. I'm watching Outlander too. It's all right.
Right. So like she got really into the books and like she does a lot.
Kidding,
I know, but she does a lot, right? She doesn't have like a thing that's like her own, right? She doesn't play video games. She doesn't, but reading books, she's been like so into it. She's read like what, like
dude, she's read so many. It's insane.
I mean, it's like what, 12, 13, I don't know how many books, like an insane amount in like the last 2-3 months.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy.
It's wild. So like I will happily, she's like getting so into it. Like I talk to her about all dumb stuff.
Maybe there's a reason she likes these books.
Well, no, she just
and
like
you're skipping the best parts that she likes.
No. So like I talk to her about all this stuff that I watch and listen to, like wrestling, video games, Pokemon, like whatever it is.
Man, that sounds so cool.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Shut up.
Nerd.
And this is the first thing she's really been into. She's like, will you read the books? And I tried reading the books and I was falling asleep.
Yeah,
I'm staring at like I read the same line 6 times.
Yeah, dude, I don't have the mental headspace to read. My brain goes too fast to stop and like think about the words that I just read. I'd read it and be like, oh yeah, so he stabbed the guy in the heart. And I'd like, my brain's off like this. I'm like, he stabbed the guy in the heart. He stabbed the guy in the heart. Oh, that's a really interesting part of the book. I should pay attention.
It's like, stab the guy in the heart. Did I pay the electric bill?
Yeah, dude.
like, so if I'm listening to it while I'm driving, I have literally nothing better to do except make sure I don't die driving down a highway.
The person in front of you.
Right. So it's like, I don't mind it.
And if you want to listen to high Fey Lord smash some fairy nymphs, why are you skipping that? That sounds like the best part.
Hey, I don't know. Maybe maybe you can. We'll add you to my Apple family, and you can listen to all the books too.
Hard pass. No thanks. I have a
put an AirPod in.
Yeah,
put an AirPod in while you're at work.
Talking to my boss, and he's like, "Yeah, and he was smashing me from behind. He took me from behind and laid me across the table, knocking everything over in its path as he thrusts against my bare back." I don't know. I clearly cannot be a writer. That was pretty good though.
I mean,
off the cuff, that wasn't bad.
Just off the top.
Yeah.
I mean,
give me some time. Give me a thesaurus. I think I can make it happen. Almost screwed up the word thesaurus.
You need a thesaurus to know the word thesaurus.
Yeah, to how to say thesaurus. Yeah. So okay, so now it's spooky season.
Spooky season.
You going to any haunted houses this year? Are you going to take little man to his first haunted house?
Absolutely not.
No.
And you know what? I was asked by Derek the other day. He's like, "Hey, I'm gonna be in Ohio in a few weeks." He's like, "Hey, we should do a haunted house." I was like, "Absolutely not." And he's like,
"Pussy.
Do I smell bitch?"
Ooh.
And I was
Dang.
like, I'm trying not to have a lawsuit. If a person or thing jumps out at me,
You're swinging.
I'm going to hit it. And I'm going to get a lawsuit.
You've got a Shaq's arm span. You will hit anything.
I will. If you jump at me, I will hit you. Dude, the one time in our first apartment in Fort Wayne, Taylor jumped out at me from behind the wall. I don't know why she thought it'd be funny. Punched her right in the boob.
Which, left or right?
I don't remember.
Just
It was
right in the tit.
It was a blur.
Right in the tit. Bow.
You know,
Bam, right in the tit.
Yeah.
Oh, just
So if I go to a haunted house where there are people dressed up as, I don't know, somebody with like an axe or dressed up as a banana with a chainsaw on their head or something stupid, I'm gonna hit you.
That's fair. I go to haunted houses with Megan, and sometimes she'll invite some of her friends or whatever. Like we went to one with Savannah last year. That one's actually pretty decent. My biggest complaint about haunted houses is like I hate paying money for people to scream at me in the dark.
Yeah.
Like why am I willingly signing up to walk through a very narrow corridor? Not that I have claustrophobia, but like, they always squeeze you in there. Mm-hmm. And then, they always put something around the corner and it's going to be there. And you're like, all right, here we go around the corner. And they're like, bah! And you're like, eh. Or at least I like, and I'm not, I'm hard. I don't fucking get scared. Like sometimes, you'll get me.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not going to be like, oh my God, and faint. But like Megan's very skittish and she enjoys them. So like I go to them for her or with her. But I don't know. I don't think I'm going to go to one this year.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm over it. I also think that like Megan and I were talking about this the other day. We were looking at the store for Halloween decorations. I think Halloween has become so commercialized that Halloween's not like fun anymore. You remember, like, I don't know, probably 5-6 years ago when, like, Christmas is still the holiday of all the holidays, right? Like, 5-6 years ago, you were the weird one if you liked Halloween. You like Halloween? Oh, what's wrong? What's wrong with your mental health? Why do you like Halloween? All the scary, spooky stuff. It's like, I'm okay in the head. I'm okay, air quote. I'm okay in the head, but, like, I just like spooky and, like, I just think Christmas, we'll get to my Christmas complaints in a couple of months, but I think Christmas is just super overrated, and I think Halloween is quickly becoming overrated too.
Well, so I think, like our generation, definitely very big into Halloween parties as kids and high school and whatnot. I think it's just that now we're at an age where we can afford to do like maybe cooler costumes or have bigger get-togethers or what, and so it's like we're now the ones running it. But then at the same time, like I have a kid, he loves Halloween. He wants to be.
What's he gonna dress up as this year?
I think he said he wanted to be a mummy or a zombie.
Oh, great choices.
Right.
I think I'm gonna dress up as an alien. If we go to a party, I'm gonna dress up as an alien.
That's a pretty good one.
It's relevant.
Yeah.
Joke still stands.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna do for our podcast episode, but
ooh.
Got to figure something out.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
We got a couple weeks to figure it out.
We'll figure that out. But yeah.
Yeah, so my friend had suggested I talk about haunted houses, and I had to bring that up. What have you ever? I'm sure you've been to a haunted house. Never, not even once. Not even like a hayride, scary maze, like nothing.
Nope.
First off, I think you're missing out.
I've known from high school Jason, I don't like people jumping at me.
That's fair.
Because I will swing.
That's fair. I
just don't like
put yourself in the mindset that like they're not gonna touch you. Just don't touch them.
I can't. I can't do that. Zero promises.
I should not tell Jason and just take him somewhere. And it's one of those like super immersive ones where they like you have to like sign a waiver if you like die or something. You can't like hold them responsible. Have you ever seen any of those?
I will.
Where they
not.
like full on run you through like death simulators. I saw an ad on Instagram last year, and it was like, scariest haunted exhibit and blah 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 blah. And they basically, they kind of like lay you down, face down, on this little contraption, and it like lowers into water, but they also like have something on your back so that you can't get up, and it like forces you into the water, and it's like you have to like sign a waiver that you're not gonna like sue these people from like traumatic damage and shit. I don't know the actual logistics because I didn't go to it, but saw an ad for it on Instagram, and I was like, I can tell you, I ain't doing that shit.
Not a chance.
No.
Yeah, dude, they're not for me.
Yeah.
Like, for example, like in scary movies, like the ones that are like the suspenseful ones where you're just waiting for something to like, I don't like those.
That's the point.
Right. But the ones where it's like, I know there's a bad guy here, there's suspense, I'm being chased. At that point, I don't care. It's fine.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like, what was the one when a stranger calls?
I don't think I saw that one.
Yeah. So, like, I don't know. It ends up the guy's in the house the whole time and he's like, yeah, whatever.
Well, probably could have guessed that.
Yeah. So, like, while you didn't know that the guy was there the whole time, I'm like, I'm just waiting for it to happen. And as soon as she sees him, I'm fine.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
No longer terrified.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like it. But speaking of spooky season,
Yeah, I was just going to ask.
sounded like someone's opening the door, but no one's
Dude, I
opening the door.
definitely thought I heard something coming up the steps again. So, okay, while we're on the subject here, do you believe in ghosts?
I don't know.
Fair.
I really don't know because I feel like there are things that cannot be explained, sure. But at the same time, I don't trust any of the TV shows that are about ghosts.
Oh, God, no.
Because, like, I know from being somebody who creates video content, everything can be
fabricated.
Fabricated.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So, like, maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, there are family members of mine who truly do believe that spirits, ghosts, whatever you want to call them, exist. And this person in my family has or does actively take precautions, like puts a mirror in front of the bedroom door because it's supposed to ward off spirits from entering your bedroom, right? Or you put a candle here, or you leave out garlic to keep the vampires away, right? Like this person in my family does not like the real like silly shit, but like in their bedroom there is a door in front of a mirror in front of the like facing the entryway.
Yeah.
In every house that this person's ever lived in that I've lived in with them, it's like that. And the other day I was on the phone with them and they're like, "Don't tell other family member, but I think our house is haunted." I was like, "What are you talking about? It's haunted." And they're like, "Yeah, I saw something and I can't explain it." I'm like, okay, that doesn't mean it's haunted until shit like starts flying off the walls or like you wake up with like scratches on your back, like The Exorcist and shit like that. Like there might be something that inhabits the space, but like to just straight up go it's haunted, like I'm not sure I believe that. I have had one run-in with something that I cannot truly explain in my life. I was probably 13, 14, and what are they called? Latchkey kids? You know, where you're like allowed to be home alone by yourself and the door's unlocked.
Okay.
You can like come home from school. One day I came home from school, I'm sitting at the kitchen table, and I'm doing my homework, and so my brothers were young. And they had rocking horses. And like I'm sitting at the kitchen table and I'm like doing math. And out of the corner of my eye, I see the rocking horse start rocking.
Yep. That's
So I'm sitting there and I like see it and I look and it's rocking and it like stops, right? Like it like comes to a stop. Not like
I'm going to have nightmares about this.
I was the one who lived through it. And I'm like, I know I didn't just see that. And I'm staring at this thing, like waiting for it to happen again, you know? And like, that's the part in the movie when you're like hyper fixated on the thing.
Right.
And that's when the music's like, and it's like, ah! Thankfully, nothing ever happened. But like that moment, dude, that shit rent free right here. Rent free
like
lives
that.
in my head. And I like scary movies. Like I like going to the movies and sitting through the really loud, like, you know, what one did we see last year? Smile. If y'all haven't seen Smile, I'm not gonna talk it up. You know me. I hate to overhype things. It's just really good, Highly recommend it. If you go watch it, tweet me, follow me, whatever. Let me know what you thought of it. I thought that movie was really good. And then I also like to watch like things on YouTube, like the science behind how horror movies are made, right? Where they talk about the pacing and how to build suspense and like using audio cues to like give it that build up, even if you're not going to do like a jump scare, right? Because jump scares are pretty weak. You know, that's the easiest one to fall on in a movie where they're just like, bah! And you're like,
Right.
Oh, okay. But like building that like moment and like you can feel the fucking room just like, and then you're like, ah! I love that shit, man. Absolutely. That stuff like makes your blood run cold and your heart slows down a little bit and you're like, what the is it? It's not going to get me. It's not going to get me. And then you're like, okay. And then the misdirect happens and you're like, fuck! Absolutely love that shit.
Yep. I'm going to stick to watching comedies.
Boo. Anyhow.
But so like, okay, the one thing I had, why are people in like scary movies so dumb?
Oh my God. It's atrocious.
It's so bad. It's like,
don't go in there.
Yeah.
Proceeds to go in there.
So, okay.
Don't open the door.
Right.
Proceeds to open the door.
Okay. The thing that's happening right now, we're all terrified. There's probably somebody in this room that's going to kill us.
Yeah, right.
Perfectly good car right outside. We could just go.
Haven't you seen the movie? Every time they run to the car, it's locked, or the keys fall out of their pocket, or the guy's in the back seat of the car.
Okay, yeah. Look first.
Yeah, look through the window. Is there anything in there?
You could do like the, I don't know what it's called, but like the radius, right? One person in the middle, everyone else walking, you walk backwards, so you have all 360 degrees covered.
Watch my six.
Right?
Watch my six.
Right. But then it's like, okay, anything in the back seat? Nope. Good. Okay.
Door's
cool.
locked.
Yeah, but like everyone gets in, and then we're good, perfect. Okay, and drive. What?
There's no fun in that.
Yeah. You're so dumb. It's like, that's like the worst thing. Because you're watching these movies, you're like, that wouldn't happen because you could just do this.
Yeah.
What?
Like, don't open the spooky door. Don't go into the spooky room.
Like, I got to go back in and get my computer because my essay is due tomorrow.
No.
He's going to be in there.
Yeah.
You're going to die.
Yeah. Yep.
The essay is not getting turned in. Ever. Unless you had that on auto submit, like, no.
Yeah.
Okay? But of course you wouldn't prepare because you go back into rooms where you know there's a dude with an axe or something.
Or like,
I don't get it.
Or like when they walk past the mirror, you know, and they like see something and then they stop.
Yeah, don't go back.
And then they like come back. You're like, what? Just keep going.
Keep going.
Yeah.
We can physically see the exit. Just go. Just go. They don't have power over you until you look in the mirror again. You know, like, like.
And what's the big trope from like the Michael Myers and the Jason movies is like, no matter how fast you run, they can always walk faster. Right. And you have to trip because that's the catch-up mechanism. Otherwise, like, you're just gonna get away.
Right. And like outnumbering somebody does nothing.
Nope.
It's like, okay, so you have one dude who's 6'7", 320 pounds with a machete. Okay, well, there's 8 of you.
It just like all go at him at once. One of you is gonna get hit, but like all of you can take him down.
Yeah, 8 of you, 7 walk out. Okay,
Yeah.
that's a 90%.
Yeah. See, you don't have to be faster than the bad guy. You just have to be faster than one of your friends.
Right. So if 8 of you go after them, you could all pick some sort of blunt object, right? Like
Table leg.
Like instead of being
Mic stand.
Yeah, literally anything. Instead of being the dumb like people, the group of people who go into those rooms, take a minute, right? Like, okay, he's not in this room right now. Got it. Okay, we know we're going to see him again. What are we going to do? Okay, everyone has a blunt object. Perfect. Here's the misdirect. We're going to throw it, right? And it's not going to work because we're going to think he's going to go over there. We're going to start running to the right. What's going to happen? He's going to be down there.
He's always going to be, yep.
So you be ready to throw your blunt object at him. He'll dodge it. We'll tackle him. Everyone beats the shit out of him with all of our blunt objects. And then we go to Waffle House at 2 a.m. because we just got in a fight and we deserve waffles.
And then you're sitting there having your breakfast omelet, and then you hear the door open and like the bell like ding-a-ling.
Ding, ding, ding.
And everybody turns around and it's him.
clocking in for his shift because he's all about fist fights.
Yeah.
Right?
What so out of like all the main characters, scary people, right? Like you know him if I showed you a picture of like the clown. Who's the clown?
The one from It, right?
Yeah, Pennywise from It, right?
Yeah, Pennywise.
Who is the dumbest scary movie person? Like think of all the powers that they have, right? Like Freddy Krueger can take over your dreams. You know, Jason and Michael Myers are borderline invincible. You can't ever kill them.
Yeah.
There's Leatherface. He's got the chainsaw. Pennywise can turn into whatever you fear the most. The Jeepers Creepers guy looks like a scarecrow, and he has like a weird deformed vagina face.
I'd say probably Freddy.
You think Freddy's is the lamest, where he can like show up in your dreams?
Yeah, because
you have to fall asleep eventually.
Right, but like, bro could be forcing it.
How do you force sleep? What?
Melatonin.
Okay.
There's so many things you could.
Okay, fair.
You know what I mean? Like he could. There's so many ways that he could like make people fall asleep.
Wait, are you saying he has the best power or the worst power? Because that's not his power is to make you go to sleep.
Right.
His power is he
in
can
the dream.
find you in your dream. And if you die in your dream, you die in real life.
You poop in your dreams. You poop in real life.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like he's. I don't know. I guess it is cool because like you're right. Everyone has to fall asleep.
Yeah, you can't not sleep.
Right. But I feel like he could just be doing so much more with it.
It's fair.
Take more advantage of it.
I mean, what more? I mean, you are literally in your most vulnerable state, and all he has to do is just roll up and be like, in your dream, and then you're just dead in real life.
I mean, because maybe I'll take that back. Maybe it's the ones who just walk everywhere.
So Jason and
speed walk.
and Michael Myers,
yeah, like get in a car. Do you know how to drive?
Did you ever see what was it, Jason X when he's in space?
I saw part of that one.
Sometimes those movies just get a little too silly.
But yet Fast and the Furious.
Also equally as stupid.
Vin Diesel has powers now.
I haven't seen the new one, so I don't know what powers he has. But when they went to space in the last one, I was like, I'm out.
It's so funny. I saw the one guy, what was it? The Jordan the Stallion on TikTok, Instagram. He does those videos where it's like a clip and then he comes in, he's like, get real close. And he like zooms in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and like it was the one with the girl from Fast and the Furious. I can't remember her name. She was also in Lost. Either way, she's like, yeah, like the Marvel movies, can we just like be done with those? Like they're just so lame and cheesy and superpowers. And then he's like, get real close. Vin Diesel literally has powers. They're in space for this last movie. It's like the man has a point.
Yeah, true, big true. Yeah, sometimes the horror movies, like what is it? The new one. So this comes out next week. So 2 days from today, so last Friday when you hear this, the new Exorcist movie comes out. And it's like supposed to be a direct continuation of the original Exorcist. And, it's the same thing where the girl gets possessed, she pukes up green stuff, and you're like, I've seen it all. Like, what are you doing hasn't
do the floating thing. Do the
yeah, right. Do the back bend.
Right.
Your mother sucks cocks in hell, or whatever she says. Like, right. Like, do the. You're just gonna do the same thing. Now, not all. Like I said, that Smile movie, completely, in my opinion, completely new concept of like horror, or at least like, anyhow. It was something that I hadn't seen before. Let me phrase it that way.
Yeah.
All the horror movies, it's just the same shit over and over. I mean, I'll watch it if it's like a good premise, but like there's just really nothing new anymore.
What was the not necessarily I wouldn't consider it a horror movie, but the Purge movies?
I just watched one of them recently.
I thought that those were like a little bit different, a bit more, I don't want to say realistic, but they are more realistic than
more likely to happen
than a dude attacking you in your dreams, right? Like,
yeah, right.
Way more likely to happen, especially, with politicians that we have now. It could be an idea of theirs. Right.
Well, dude, remember I jokingly told you I was watching the Purge documentary?
Yeah.
It's called Purge Anarchy.
Oh yeah.
It came out in 2014, but it takes place in 2023.
Oh boy.
So I was like, well, I've got to watch it. It was cool. Go ahead, keep going.
Yeah, no, I mean those I wouldn't consider those horror movies, but like
They're suspenseful thrillers, maybe.
yeah, let's do that. But I liked those. I actually went and saw those like in theaters because I thought that they were actually like at least the first two.
Yeah, I think I saw the first one in theaters.
I think I saw the first two.
And then the second one is a continuation of the first one, and then the third one is when they start to deviate, right?
I don't know if I saw the other.
Yeah.
I know I've seen at least the first two, but like those were good. Like it was like there's at least more of a story here than just like okay,
Like a sense of realism.
yeah, like it's not just okay, high school party gets a little crazy. We're at a farm. Dude shows up with a machete.
Yeah.
There's going to be some boobs somewhere.
Well,
and
yeah,
then,
speaking of boobs, you know who was always the first one to die? The people having sex.
oh yeah,
It's always, what did you think I was going to say?
exactly that.
Yeah, it's always the people having sex. Yeah, I mean, dude, what is it? In the first Jason, it's those two kids banging in the little cabin, and then like he comes up from beneath the bed and just like impales the machete through him, and you're like, oh.
Where was the clearance on the floor for a large man underneath the bed?
Dude, yeah, right? Like, Jason is huge.
Like,
you mean to tell me he's hiding under like a twin-size bed? Come
dude's
on,
hiding under the bed, just breathing. You'd be like,
yeah, behind the mask, just
like there's, like they're dumb. It could have been like, I'm not heavy breathing yet. You're not. I think there's someone under there. Let's leave now.
I mean, are you're gonna get off the bed?
Yeah. Maybe they're taking it to the wall or something. I don't know. There's so many things. Again, it could be like, let's go.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
let's
get
out
out
the window. Shut up, out the window.
Yeah, right. And then he's just sitting there like,
Where'd they go?
I think they're gone. Okay. And then you hear a car driving off, and it's like, oh,
No, they're gone. Yeah.
cool. Like, stop being so dumb in horror movies. Short films. That's all they have to be. 6 minutes.
Dude, horror, scary short films, I think, are sometimes more impactful than like the long form films. You know, like when you can pack in like a 10-minute short film, you can just pack in all the fear. Like the ones where like they come out of the bathroom and then they walk into the bedroom and they like turn the light off in the hallway and you can see the silhouette, and then they turn the light on and it's gone. And they turn the light off and the silhouette's there. And they turn it back on and it's gone. And they turn it back off and it's a little closer.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, man, I know you're going to jump scare me. I know you're going to do it. Go ahead. And they turn the light on. They turn the light off. They turn the light on. They turn the light off. And you're like, okay, maybe they're not going to do it. Maybe this is the misdirect. And then like the person will like turn around and it's like, bah!
Like in the phone rings, it's like, hello? Hey, this is your Domino's order. And then
yeah,
dude
right.
just gets attacked.
Through the phone comes a machete, like out of the mouth of the phone. You're like, what the fuck? What is horror movies now?
Exactly.
What was the dumb man? Megan and I, we sat through Zombievers.
What?
So guilty pleasure of mine is I love watching movies that are so bad that
Like
they're
Sharknado.
good. First off, Sharknado's great. Again, movies that are so bad they're good. Fuck you, Sharknado. The whole series, fantastic. I don't care.
I love how there were so many like actors who were like, yo, what do I got to do to get in this?
Sharknado, right?
Yeah, I could die in the first 4 minutes. I don't care.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
It's got the Hasselhoff. It's got Ian, what's his name, from Beverly Hills 90210. It's got Tara Reid.
Yeah. There's so many.
A bunch of like B-listers, but then they got popular, right? And then it was like, they came out with Sharknado 3 or 4, and it was like it came out during Shark Week. And you're like, well, I gotta watch it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like movies that are so bad that they're good. Zombievers, obviously the premise is a zombie beaver. But the dude gets bit by the zombie beaver. And when you get bit, you slowly turn into one. So he's like, he gets bit, he's hiding it, and he's like hitting on the super hot blonde chick, and they're like about to get busy. And the next thing you know, he's like, right? And then like the camera cuts away to show her and she's like, ah, and then it cuts back to him and he's got like the big snout, like a zombie like a beaver like nose. And then he has the big 2 front teeth. And you're like, get the fuck out of here. It's so So silly.
Like, who was sitting there like, okay, all right, guys, Q2, we got to pump out a zombie movie in the next 2 months. What do we got? Okay, we got the fishbowl here. Grab some things. Okay,
We got
zombie.
zombies. Good start.
Perfect.
Okay.
Next bowl. Beaver. Got it. Okay, how does the first person die? And woman at a bar. You know, like, cool. We start production tomorrow. Let's get on this. You know, like,
Did you watch Cocaine Bear?
no, but I
Cocaine
saw
Bear was so
the
good.
trailer for it. I'm like, this is based on real events.
It really is.
That's terrifying.
It really is. It's real. The movie was good, but like the real story is wild. But yeah, that was like the most recent, ridiculous movie that you're like, I gotta watch it because I have to see how it ends.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, now I just want to go home and watch like shitty horror movies.
Dude, you know, I mean, we already know this. If you followed the podcast for any amount of time, you know one of my favorite movies is Shaun of the Dead.
Yes, so good.
It is that time of the year where I'm gonna watch Shaun of the Dead
Often.
probably 7-8 times.
In 1 month?
Yes.
Wow.
I just like, I mean, at least 2 or 3 times actively watching. The rest of them, it's going to be on in the background while I'm like working on something.
And you're going to look up and be like, Pete,
Yeah.
Pete.
Dude, I just love that movie so much.
It is so good.
Like the one like in the beginning, like so you know he does his normal routine, like go into like the convenience store or whatever.
You got red on you.
Yeah, so the second time where like you see him walking back, or like he like slips.
Yeah.
And they keep it going like it's all one take, and I'm like, this is so good. Like,
What's his name? Simon Pegg.
Simon
He's
Pegg.
so good.
Like, I mean, from what it looks like, I know there's ways to fake it, but it looks like all one shot, and like that's just an impressive thing to do, both on the actor,
True.
the writing, the camera crew, everybody to make that happen,
Pull it off, yeah.
and like for it to happen in that movie, right? Like it's like Always Sunny. They did a whole sequence like that in one of their episodes, and everyone's like, "Wait, did Sunny just do this?" Like, there's no reason for a sitcom to do
a one take,
a one shot like that. And it's so besides having such a great story, great actors, I think it's a very funny take on a zombie movie, which is why I love it so much. Yeah, it's just great. It's just great.
I do really like that movie. You know what? That reminds me, I need to watch Zombieland 1. I haven't seen that one recently.
Oh, dude, we just should watch that together. I haven't seen that one since college.
That's
when it came out.
You to Shaun of the Dead is me to Zombieland.
Yeah.
I fucking love that movie.
Yeah.
I've got some weird ones on here. Do you have anything before I get weird?
I have one last thing.
Proceed.
So I remember the year that we lived at the dorms at Kent State.
Very briefly, yes.
So we went to, it was the Attack concert, right?
Uh-huh.
And I think it was like on the way back, you're like, hey, do you want to watch this zombie show with me? It's called Walking Dead.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like, I was like, yeah, sure. And then we did. And it was great. And it's like, man.
What happened to that show?
Ooh, the amount of Sunday evenings that we spent watching Walking Dead. I remember
Sundays
waiting next to the elevator for the commercial to start.
Yep.
Going down, going to Rosie's, grabbing food,
trying to run back up,
coming back up before the
on.
commercials ended. Yeah,
good times.
That was really good times. Yeah, playing the zombies Call of Duty.
Oh my god,
that was so. It's so ridiculous now.
Yeah,
but the old one used to be so much fun. What was the one with the director?
So that was it was George Romero, because he's the guy who wrote, or is air quote, the father of like zombies. Yeah, it was the movie was set on, or it was a movie was set on that island, and you played either as 4 of the characters. Remember, he was like a boss, and he like ran around and like stomped.
Yeah,
that was such a weird.
It was so good.
Yeah.
It was so good. And now zombie game, like the Call of Duty zombies are like,
There's like 45-minute Easter eggs. You can actually finish the game. Yeah, it's a whole thing. I haven't bought a Call of Duty in so long.
Yeah, it's been a minute since I've.
Not to digress from spooky talk. Yeah, I I'm not really a big fan of the Call of Duty games anymore, but
No, me
to each
either.
their own. I know
Yeah.
a lot of people that still buy them. I'm like, it's the same. It's like
Every-
buying Madden. It's the same game, just different
Updated
characters.
roster.
Yeah, it's like. Anyhow, I had a realization the other day. If I ask you, what is a dream catcher? What would you describe to me?
The circle thing with the stuff and the feathers and the stuff. Yeah.
Why don't we call pillows dream catchers?
Because it's a pillow.
Yeah, but like, where do you dream? When you sleep. Where are you when you're sleeping? 99.9% of the time you're on a pillow. What if pillows could like harness your dream? And like that is like in the big grand scheme of things, the pillow is your dream catcher and it like uploads it to the cloud. The cloud that is like the, you know, the not realization, but like the when we finally die and we cross over to the other side, we figure out what's on the other side, you know, like the Truman Show, right? Like you realize that it's all fake. It's all, you know, you unjack from the Matrix. Mm-hmm. Your pillow is just a dream catcher. It's like a recorder and it uploads all your dreams to the cloud.
Huh.
You want to hear a really cool idea I had for gravestones?
Yes.
What if, and I know you're going to latch onto this idea because it's genius. What if there were QR codes on gravestones and you scan the QR code and it gave you like a 45-second recap of the person's life?
100%. I'm all about it.
Right? Right? Like what? Think about everything that you have on your phone.
That's
Everything.
such, dude. We can't even release this episode until you patent that.
I've already looked it up. There's other people that are trying it. And the problem that the other people are running into is that, one, how do you pay for the storage space? And two, how do you maintain a QR code, right? How do you maintain it from getting destroyed or like, you know, getting broken, or like you have to host that? Like what happens if your company goes under and you've got this QR code? What does the QR code lead to, right? Or something like that. Trust me, I've already looked it up. But dude, think of the amount of information that is on your phone. When you die, this thing, like, this came to my mind because my dad added me as his legacy contact. You know what that is? You know what that is? So your legacy contact, when you pass away, your legacy contact can go to Apple and say, hey, I need you to unlock this device. I'm the legacy contact.
Oh.
So they can get you into like emails and shit like that, right? So like you can like
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, so my dad added me as his legacy contact, and I was like, what the hell is this? I had to like look it up, which was not, I was not in the mental headspace to take on that sort of responsibility. So thanks, Dad. It was randomly on like a Tuesday. I just get a text from Apple, and it's like, hey, you've been added as a legacy contact. And I was like, the fuck is this? And I Googled it, and I'm like, well,
In
now
case
I'm
you
sad.
die, what?
Yeah.
I'm trying to play Rocket League.
Dude, I was playing Overwatch. And I'm like, and it's like, yeah, you know, if the person you love passes away, and I'm like, I'm not ready for this kind of mental load right now. Thanks, Dad. Anyhow, so
Very stressful Tuesday evening.
dude. So imagine just all the information that you have on your phone, right? Like this could like, you could make something with all of this. Wouldn't it be fucking sick? You have a QR code, you know, and then, oh, you know, random person walks up and they're like, Jim Altier the third died, you know, born 1990, died whenever I die, loving husband, blah, 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 right? But there's a QR code and the person's like scans it. And then it's just like a recap of like all the cool shit I've done.
It shows like your motocross stuff.
Yes.
It shows like, you know,
pictures of like maybe me when I was young, you know, some motocross stuff. And then like, obviously it's going to be a bunch of stuff with me and Megan. Like, but just like, dude, like that. Oh my God, it's such a cool idea. I'd really wish that someone could figure out how to make it work. Because then I'd be like, shut up and take my money and I'll invest in your company. And then like we can move forward and I could quit my job when we make fuck off money.
That's a great idea.
Dude, how cool is that?
I support it. You're right. You know me so well.
I knew you'd like that.
I do.
Yeah, so that was my the dream catcher was the weird one that I had. But the QR headstone, man, that's sick, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really
Be so cool.
I do like that idea a lot.
Do you have anything else?
One thing that we do have, Taylor refilled.
She re-upped the mug.
So I feel like we should end this week.
I forgot to get a quartz, by the way. So we're still not doing the quartz thing. I'll get one next week.
What were you doing shoving the quartz in
gonna
the ass?
On camera. I'm not doing that. That's a joke.
I don't think we could do that on camera.
Well, I mean, really, from anything from
here,
here down, you can't see.
It's just facial expressions.
Yeah, right? Just like...
That's for the OnlyFans.
Yes.
Which it's really funny if anybody who's listening to this or watching it has ever clicked on our link. There's a
make sure you go to our link tree.
It shows an OnlyFans, but it just leads to the podcast.
The only way to know what's behind that link is to click on it.
And what's really funny is it showed me like the statistics. So like how many people clicked on it. It was like, okay, your Facebook page like 10, Instagram 15. OnlyFans link 73.
No shot.
Yeah, it's
no
like
shot.
so many people clicked that because they're like, but what if?
Way. No way. No way these two dudes.
How sad are they really? You know, and it's like,
ooh, it's blue now. Oh boy.
Are you a fall girl or a Halloween girl?
Ooh, I'm definitely a Halloween girl. Megan is a fall slut. Megan loves the orange. She loves the winter, or not winter, but like the temperature dropping. She loves the trees changing colors.
I'm a fall girl.
Oh my, really?
Dude, the drop, like the Alex Melton song, Autumnal, Cool Breeze, that's me.
Because that wind don't play?
Right, so like the temperature drops 20 degrees, a little bit of a chill. Oh, love that. I can layer up. Oh, absolutely. What's that you say? Pumpkin spice is back? Yes, please. Dude, my somebody I work with, her name is Shay, she was saying how she has never had pumpkin spice. I was like, Shay, you have to try it.
Well, hold on. Pause. Has she never had a pumpkin pie?
No. She said she's not sure if she likes pumpkin. Either way, it's all fair. It's all fair. I was like, Shay, that's what I get excited about every year. It's
Pass
fall
out.
time. It's like, yeah, pumpkin spice is back.
Pass
I'm
out.
a basic bitch. This is my thing. Right. PSL.
PSL.
That's all. So I was like, look, you get one, and if you don't like it, I will Apple pay you $5. It's just like, what's it taste like? I was like,
pumpkin,
nutmeg, cinnamon,
deliciousness,
and a little bit of espresso. And she got it today. She texted me. She's like, yeah, I liked it. I'm like, yep, I know it.
So I am not, I'm not a coffee person, so it's very hard for me to get excited for fall.
Wait, have you ever had a PSL?
I don't know, because it's coffee. I don't like it.
No.
I don't like espresso.
No.
I don't, I've sipped one. I don't like it. Anyhow, I'm here for pumpkin pie. Dude, oh my God, if I could bathe in pumpkin pie, I would.
Remember that time we went and did like a little photo shoot and went to the store and bought a pumpkin pie and we both split half of it?
Yeah, dude, I will. If you didn't want half, I was going to eat the whole thing. I love pumpkin pie.
We literally bought a pumpkin pie, cut it in half. And then just whipped cream. Didn't we get like chocolate milk or something too?
Probably. That sounds like us. Yeah. Some chalky milk, pumpkin pie.
Yeah, we like took photos in like it was like early falls, like 3 years ago.
What was that for? Was that?
We took photos. We went to like the little trail thing and we took some photos. We took Into the Am photos took.
Yeah,
I have it on here. But
yeah,
we did that. We went to the store, found pumpkin pie. I'm pretty sure we got chocolate milk too.
That sounds like
And then we just ate pie. Mm-hmm. And then I think we went to dinner with the girls afterwards or something, like an hour later.
We're not full. We're not hungry.
We're not hungry. Pie. We had a whole pie. That sounds right.
Yeah, no, I like to have a side of pumpkin pie with my Ready Whip.
Yeah.
Ready Whip or Cool Whip?
Cool Whip.
Ew. No.
Like, no. Oh, no. On pie, Ready Whip.
Ready Whip all day.
Yeah. Spray it. Yeah, exactly. Dude, I saw a video, speaking of pumpkin spice, somebody was like, pumpkin spice cookies. I'm like, okay.
You have my attention.
You have my attention. Like, it's so easy. Spice cake mix and a can of pumpkin.
Interesting.
I was like, okay, I'm intrigued. And I made it. It definitely tastes more like pumpkin than spice cake, which I was kind of hoping for just
some
a 50-50,
yeah.
Not like it was probably like a 60-40. They were still really good. But So I saw somebody add more cinnamon, and somebody said add chocolate chips.
Ooh.
And I'm like, I'm gonna have to make some more again and try it. But it was so easy. 1 can of pumpkin, and then a box mix, like a cake box mix of spice cake. You just stir it up, cookie scoop it, bake for 12 minutes.
No
Cookies.
egg, no flour, or
No.
really? So just powder spice cake mix.
Yep. Because that's an all-in-one. All you do is add water to that anyway.
Oh, see, anytime I make box cake, it's got like an egg and some oil and some butter or whatever.
But definitely
Interesting.
worth a try.
Interesting.
Yeah. I saw somebody do it with snickerdoodle cookie mix and pumpkin. I think that actually might be better though.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What about you guys? What's your favorite fall beverage? Hot take. I like apple cider.
I like apple cider too.
I like it more than I like pumpkin spice lattes, mostly because I just don't like lattes.
Dude, I love pumpkin spice lattes.
We went to an apple orchard a couple weeks ago or something, and we did a apple. What's the thing called? Apple press. You put it in, you spin it, and it presses down, and it makes apple cider.
Oh,
well, I'm completely blanking on what it's
called. You smushed
called.
an apple. Yep.
Well, I didn't, but like they showed you how they do it.
Okay.
And fresh apple cider, dude. Like I'm talking pressed in a cup, served, not like preservatives. No sugar added. Fresh straight apple cider, man. Woo-wee.
What all is in that? Is it just apples and like cinnamon or something like that? What are they?
The one that I had was just apple juice.
Just mushed apples.
Yeah, but like in order to make the difference between apple cider and apple juice, I think it's how many times they like pasteurize it. Maybe that's the word. That doesn't sound right, but they run it through a bunch of filters and it makes apple juice. But like when they fresh squeeze it right then and there, and they put it in the cup and they gave it to me, man, that was some of the best apple cider I've ever had. Dang,
that sounds good.
Apple cider donuts, bro. Oh, with like apple cider glaze cream.
We gotta stop. I'm trying to be healthy, and this is not helping me.
Yeah, but just moderation. You can have one or some, just not a lot.
No.
Self-control, my guy.
I don't have that.
Well, you tell yourself, I'm allowed to have 1 or 2 of these, and then I have to stop, and then I will save the rest for tomorrow, and I can have another 1 or 2.
That's where my problem is.
Well,
cool. I'm gonna get these. I'm gonna split them up over the whole week. What happened? I blacked out. Oh, they're all gone.
I blacked out. What happened?
Yeah, like that happens every time.
Hey man, you just gotta. I don't know. You gotta learn some self-control.
Like the little bag of mini donuts. It's like cool. I'm just gonna eat a few. I'll have some for tomorrow morning. Maybe a snack. Whatever. No.
Gone.
They're all gone now. Like I remember on my one not break. Was lunch break? One break at Yelp, 10 minutes, right? I drove to Dollar General, bought one of the little bag of like the little glazed mini donuts, like the bag of them. Came back and I ate them instead of making phone calls. And then I had lunch an hour later.
You're ridiculous.
Right. That's why I'm having my cold turkey, just self-control, cutting all the crap out now.
Good for you.
'Cause
to recognize that you don't have the self-control.
Nope, I don't. This is also why I don't drink. I'd probably be an alcoholic quickly.
It's easy to say that, but as someone who used to drink, not that I was ever an alcoholic, but I just don't drink anymore because it's just not fun and it's wasted calories. Like, anyhow, alcohol is, I'm gonna say it's hard to get addicted to, but it's mostly just the brain chemicals. You're like, ooh, I turned my brain off, and you get addicted to that. You don't actually get addicted to the alcohol itself.
But that's probably what would happen. Because I got a lot of back pain, I got a lot of neck pain, shoulder, all that stuff. If I just wasn't thinking about it, I'd be like, cool, I'm going to do this. Can I do this while I'm at work? On lunch? No? Oh, I'm going to do it anyway.
There's something else that'll fix that.
But that's the thing. I can't do it. Can't do it. But either way.
Tomato, potato.
Tomato, potato. But I think it's actually time to wrap this up. What do you think?
Yeah, dude, that did not feel.
That was a good one. I felt good about that.
We were talking about movies.
Spooky season.
It's just our favorite. It's movies.
Yeah. Spooky season episode 1. It was great.
Well, technically this is episode 2 because today's episode was technically 1st of October. This is just.
Oh yeah, that's right.
This is technically October episode 2.
Yeah.
Next week, maybe we'll have some more spooky season topics, and then next. Wait, we'll have to look at a calendar. I think we have We have two more. One more, and then the costume episode. We got 2 weeks to figure that out.
I got to figure that out.
You got 2 weeks. You're fine.
Yeah.
We want you guys to dress up with us. Text us or
that'd be cool.
Tweet us or comment your Halloween costumes on our Facebook posts as we get closer to the day. Give us some inspiration for what costumes you think we should wear.
Yeah, I'm gonna need inspiration. So
last year was the first year that Halloween was after I shaved my head. And I was Walter White from Breaking Bad.
Oh, that was so great,
dude! It was so good.
We're gonna drop the picture right here. Remind me to put the picture in there.
Look at it, right? Whichever side it's on, look at it right here.
So,
yeah,
it's gonna pop up. God, that was so great. He told me what he wanted to do, and I was like, "We need to do a photo shoot."
Well, yeah. So it was like, it was. I wasn't ready to share with the world that I had been going bald. And I shaved my head, and I was like, you know what? Halloween. I'm doing it on Halloween. What should I do? Well, I've got a goatee, and I've got glasses, and now I'm bald. I look like Walter White. So I bought a Tyvek suit, the whole 9 yards. It was very fun.
It was so much fun.
It also looks really good.
Great. I loved that.
Ooh, my battery has officially turned red, so that is time to wrap up.
Oh, it is time to wrap up. So
we're going to get the extendo batteries in this.
We're going to do it.
Bad boys.
We'll do it. But thank you very much for joining us on episode 21.
Make sure you have a drink for us.
Yeah. Follow, subscribe, do all the things.
Comment, share.
And yeah, please keep engaging on all the videos. It makes us feel good inside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. A warm, fuzzy feeling, like some good apple cider.
Oh, and also
down the gullet.
Real quick, we want to give a little shout out because remember we have new geographic locations.
Oh, that's right.
So
we have some new fans.
Besides U.S. and what was it, Mexico before?
Yeah.
We now have Canada, Philippines, and Spain. So if you live in one of those countries and you're listening to the podcast, what's up?
Buenos nachos.
We appreciate you.
Buenos noches. What does that mean? Good night? Does that mean good night?
I don't know.
Someone correct me.
We'll figure it out. But thank you for listening and following along. It is greatly appreciated. We have some cool, fun stuff for this month, so it's going to be a great time.
What are we going to do for Thanksgiving? Do we have anything planned for November? No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm Jim. That's Jason.
I'm Jason.
We're your Midwest Sad Boys. Did you say it earlier? And
what?
This has been your midweek Sad Boy update. Thanks for tuning in, y'all.
Ew.
Stay sad.
Bye.